Hello friends, how are you doing today? In the last video, as part of the genai implementation real-time scenario series, we saw the first question, that is about how you can implement the genai solution for your retail company to improve the customer satisfaction, right? And I especially asked about how you can adopt the genai solution with the help of the integration solutions like the app connect, API connect, event streaming, event automation, AI gateway, so that you can integrate the genai solution for your organization to improve the business satisfaction and customer satisfaction. And also you can easily integrate these solutions in the cloud of your favorite choice, either it is IBM cloud, AWS cloud, or Azure cloud, whatever it may be. And I chose IBM cloud as an example with integration solutions provided by IBM cloud, and explained the answer to this question in detail in the last video. So most of you guys came up with the answers, and I provided my answer. So it was a right combination of question and answer series. So as part of this series, I'm going to explain about the second question here in this video. As usual, you can just come up with your solution, and also from next week or in 2 weeks, I'm going to provide the detailed answer to this question. So let's get into the question now. This is the question number 2 in this series. A large bank wants to implement a genai-powered fraud detection system but is concerned about model accuracy and regulatory compliance. As an enterprise architect, how would you design a genai fraud detection system that balances real-time transaction monitoring, compliance, and explainability? So let's get in detail about this question. As a large bank, they wanted to implement genai solution, and that solution has to detect the fraud, and also the model what you select to implement this solution should have the clear model accuracy, and on top of that this model has to follow all the regulatory compliances. So what exactly it means? If you are planning to adopt genai solution for banking system, you have to be very careful, because it involves a lot of money transactions, and also when it comes to money transaction, always the fraud comes into picture. So your genai solution should be in a position to identify the fraud before it happens and avoid the fraud to avoid major problem to your bank, right? So you have to be very careful in picking the genai model to adopt this type of fraud detection systems. When it comes to model accuracy, what exactly it means? When you pick a model, the model has to provide the answer accurately, at least 99% plus accuracy. You have seen a lot of models, large language models, small language models in this world. So many companies are producing these models, and while picking a model for banking systems, you must be very careful, because not all the models are going to provide the exact result as that of the enterprise ready model. So go and explore the enterprise ready models and pick them for adopting in your organization, so that you will get the 100% accuracy for implementing such type of solutions. And second one is regulatory compliance. What exactly regulatory compliance means here? When it comes to an organization, especially the banking system, regulatory compliances are critical. For example, if a transaction happens across the nation, and if the transaction happens outside of the nation, you have to follow each country's regulatory compliances. Otherwise, your bank cannot survive. So these regulatory compliances must be followed without any fail when you implement genai solution for your organization. So that is another critical thing that you must consider while implementing this solution. So when you come to the second part of this question, how do you design a genai fraud system that balances real-time transaction monitoring, compliance, and explainability? So as a cloud enterprise architect, you can pick a cloud of your choice. If your organization is using a particular cloud service provider, you can go ahead and use, and all you need to do is just make sure that the large language model what you pick must have the near 100% accuracy, and also it should have the proper governance mechanism, so that your organization will not get into any compliances issue. So as a cloud enterprise architect, when you design this type of fraud detection system, you must consider all the key pillars of enterprise architecture, that is business architect and data architects, application architects, technology architect, and operations architect, and compliances and implementation architecture. All those architecture patterns you must have in your mind when you design this particular system for your organization. And once you design the system for your organization and when you implement this one, you must definitely take care of the requirement mentioned here, real-time transaction monitoring. So what exactly real-time transaction monitoring in a banking system? When you do the transaction with bank as an individual or a business customer, you might be dealing with lot of money input and the money takeout, and also you might be dealing with checks and balances, etc. So you must always implement this genai solution for bank, considering the real-time transaction monitoring as one of the key requirements. And again, as I mentioned, the compliance is one of the key part. So when you deal with money, you may need to deal with the GDPR compliances and other nation related compliances and global compliances. So make sure that your model has the ability to adhere to these compliances when you implement this type of system for your organization. And when it comes to explainability, the implementation should be very clear and transparent so that the implementation will be easily explainable and adaptable for any of the LOBs in your organization. So this is the second question. I'm going to repeat again. A large bank wants to implement a genai powered fraud detection system, but is concerned about model accuracy and regulatory compliance. As an enterprise architect, how would you design a genai fraud detection system that balances real-time transaction monitoring, compliances, and explainability? I hope you might have got a clear idea about this question. So as a cloud enterprise architect who is planning to adopt genai solution for your organization, come up with the answer for this question. And if you have come across implementing this type of architecture for your organization, share your best practices. And also if you have come across any issues while implementing this type of architecture, share the issue. We can discuss and collaborate. I am here to provide the answer for any of the questions that you have with. And also if you have any issues, please bring it up. We can discuss and get the solution for those problems. And as always, if you like this video, give a thumbs up and share it to your friends so that they will also get benefit out of it. I'm going to provide a detailed answer for this particular question with an enterprise architecture and repeatable patterns to apply so that you can get the complete benefit out of implementing this type of architecture for your organization. Take care. Bye.